Hey everyone, welcome to Let's Talk Shit with Dr. Larry. I'm Dr. Larry Frieder with the Enlightened Gut Coaching. So today I wanted to share with you one of my favorite tools to reduce stress and anxiety and just kind of down regulate our nervous system. So we're all familiar with the fight or flight response, right? This is the ancient response to stress where the blood leaves the core and goes to the hands to fight and to the legs to run. And this is an ancient hunter-gatherer, and it's really in all animals, this response to danger. In animals, we see that when they get chased by prey, they run like hell. And as soon as they're safe, they do this sort of shake thing. They discharge that sympathetic fight or flight nervous system, and then they're calm and they go back to grazing, right? In humans, this was a fairly special occasion. So most of the time you're doing your hunting, or you're gathering, and you're building housing, and you're cooking, and you're doing all your usual stuff. And then occasionally you'd get threatened by an animal or some other threat, and you would go into this sympathetic fight or flight, right? And it's a lot different now. In modern day, instead of being 10% or 5% in fight or flight, we're now in like 80 or 90% fight or flight. We're in this elevated, upregulated nervous system, the stress response, like practically all the time now. We are under stress in relationships, in work, when we're in traffic, when we're watching the news, when we're in like important meetings, or when we're waiting for, the COVID test results to show up. And so we're in this all the time. And then finally, we go to bed and we put our head on the pillow, and our mind just starts racing. We're going into regrets about what we did that day. We're going into fears about what's going to happen tomorrow, and what are we going to do, and how are we going to deal with that. And so there we are again in the same kind of fight or flight stress mode. And um, so we can, not only can we down regulate our nervous systems, but we need to. It's like a necessary practice in order to get us calm, where we can live a healthier life, right? Because sympathetic fight or flight is not the place for digestion or creativity or problem solving or connection or love or spiritual thought. That's all parasympathetic, right? That's all that calm, nice rest and digest mode. Sympathetic fight or flight is not where you do your best thinking, right? It's just where you're on guard. So my favorite tool, and meditation's a great way to get into this rest and digest mode. Exercise, to a certain extent, is a really good way. Taking a walk, being outside in nature, singing. There's all kinds of cool ways we can down regulate. My favorite for on-demand down regulation, and by that I mean lowering the from sympathetic to parasympathetic, from fight or flight to rest and digest, on demand, relaxing, down regulating, is pranayama. Pranayama is breath yoga, and it is at our disposal anytime, anywhere. It's quick, it's easy. It's thousands of years of practice and trial and error that yogis have done to figure out how to do these practices and the effect they have on our nervous system. And so pranayama or breath yoga, my favorite one, and if you've done any coaching with me, you know that I'm always promoting this one, and that's 4-7-8 breathing. And so that's inhaling through the nose for a count of 4 count, and then hold the breath for a count of 7, and then through pursed lips, regulating your breath out through pursed lips slowly for a count of 8. Inhaling for 4, holding for 7, exhaling through the mouth for 8. And in order to get a full deep breath through the nose in a count of 4, that's really quick. It's kind of like, it's like a full deep inhale. And you'll notice when we're in a state of anxiety or stress, we're up here. It's like, when we do shallow breathing, which looks sort of like, when we're running from something, shallow breathing through the mouth is up here, and that actually stimulates an anxiety response in our bodies. When we breathe through our nose, we're filling up the lower lobes, we're stretching the diaphragm, we're stimulating the vagus nerve. We are doing all these different physiological things to trigger the parasympathetic rest and digest nervous system. And so this is another reason why this 4-7-8 works so great. You can do it as a practice, as a 4 count. And you can do it just throughout the day, right? Just morning, noon, and night. Anytime you think of it, you can do a 4 count. You can do it before an important meeting or before a talk with your partner, a relationship talk. You can do it when you're sitting in traffic and you're feeling impatient or online at the supermarket. I do 4-7-8 breathing before every single coaching call. It just gets me centered. It gets me relaxed. It gets me in a place of open focus. You can do 4-7-8 in the morning before your Wordle. And so, the standard practice, like especially if you feel anxiety coming on, is to do a set of 4. But plenty of times I'll just do it on demand in my car and I'll just do 1. And when you've practiced it and done this as a regular practice, you also get more awareness of when you need it, right? You can't do practices to regulate your nervous system when you don't know that it's elevated to begin with, right? So there has to be that awareness that you are under a period of stress or anxiety. And doing this practice and feeling the calm that comes over you allows you to compare that to what you were feeling before. And that experience gives you more awareness, more consciousness, and makes you more aware of when you need to practice it. And so I like to do this before eating. I'll do a set of 2 or 3 or 4 before I have my meal. Gets me to that rest and digest mode. If I'm laying in my pillow and my mind starts to wander, I'll do a series of it. So let's practice it. Let's do let's do three rounds of 4-7-8 breathing. And again, inhaling quickly and deeply through the nose. I'm going to do the counting. You hold for 7, and then the pursed lips sort of hold the breath back so that it's a slow exhale. And you want to push that last bit of breath out when you get to that 7-8. And then you're immediately ready to go into another inhale through the nose, all right? So let's give it a try. And inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale through the mouth, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pushing it all out. Inhale through the nose, 2, 3, 4. hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Take a deep breath in. Hold it for a sec. And exhale. So just see what that feels like. It's sort of like a floaty, calm. You know how sometimes when you hyperventilate, maybe you get a little bit high from it. It's just a nice floating calmness that comes over the body. And this is a tool that you can just use all the time. The more we're in this calm state, this rest and digest state, the better we are at healing, the stronger our immune system is, the better we're able to digest, problem solving, concentration. Everything good happens in this parasympathetic rest and digest place. We're able to think clearer. And I did it right before I got on our talk today, and it just really centers and regulates. And really, we need to be consciously regulating our nervous system. The more we do it, the less we end up needing to do it, because sometimes I'll be in the car and I'll get impatient, or red light traffic, whatever. I'm on the diagonal, and and I think, oh, I'm just going to do 4-7-8 breathing. Just thinking about doing it then gives me that awareness that I need to downregulate, and I immediately get calm, even before I even start doing the practice. So the more you do it, the more awareness you have of when you need to do it, the more awareness you have of when you are feeling a little anxiety or a little bit stress. And we want to just keep down and regulating it until it becomes second nature to use this tool for health and immune system and vitality. So let me know how you like it and give it a try today. Do it throughout the day. Do it before you eat. Do it before you go to bed on your pillow. And let me know how you like it. Thanks for watching.